Hey, Fit Fam, it's your girl, Orlandina Val, and I am the Fitter Woman. Today, we're going to be talking about the colors of you. I don't think we realize just how much color impacts our lives. It affects our mood, it affects just how we approach our everyday. You have certain colors that make you feel strong and confident and just dependable. And you have other colors that make you feel soft and feminine and delicate. All of these are just an extension of you. I mean, if you just look down at the whatever colors you chose to wear today, there was a reason why you chose to wear those colors today. So today we have with us an amazing makeup artist by the name of Christina Jackson, the owner of Artist Intuition. And today we're going to talk about just how colors can be used to draw out the inner and most beautiful you. We'll be right back. My name is Orlandina Vallon, and I am the Fertile Woman. I'm an educator, motivator, professional bodybuilder. I am the People's Health Coach, here to help you to become your best selves. And this is Muscles and Stilettos.
I am Wonder Woman, a wonder of a woman, a creature so fearfully and wonderfully made that even my creator had to sit back and say, "Ooh, man, an amazing Amazon, protector to all. Hell hath not the fury that I can unleash, should I or my loved ones be scorned. Mother Earth, growing potential thoughts, potential ideas, birthing those ready to be born and those ready to be reborn."
Hey, Christina, how are you?
How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Thank you for joining us today on Muscles and Stilettos. Fam, I had the honor of sitting in Christina's makeup chair a couple years ago when I hosted the Pink and Sexy hashtag Pink and Sexy Long Island fashion show, and I was hosting. And of course, you're getting, you're hosting, you're getting your notes together and just running around. And Venice, which was the person who curated the show, was like, "Go get your makeup done." I walk into this room full of amazing makeup artists, and there's Christina. She sits right here. And fam, I was not looking cute because I was like a week out from competition, face is sunken in, eyes look like whatever. And here this woman is. She stands in front of me. She's like, just looking, and what am I wearing? And that was it. Like, there wasn't really a lot of conversation, to be honest. There really wasn't a lot of conversation. She just went in and just drew this beautiful woman out. When I got out of her chair and got dressed, I was like, good Lord, I felt so good. I was like, I want to be a fashion model too. I want to, strut my stuff. And since then, Christina has just been on my mind, on my spirit. I just love what she does. If you follow her on Instagram, Artist Intuition, you could just see these amazing tutorial. Christina, how do you do it? Like, literally sat in your chair, and I'm thinking about, like, I had my headphones on, was just getting into the mode, and you just did your thing. I didn't have to say much. It was amazing.
Thank you. So when I do makeup on others and on myself as well, I like to bring out the beauty that's already there, just enhance it. And so when you sat down, you were just glowing, just radiant, and I'm just like, okay, like let's go, I'm ready. Um, and I don't know, I just kind of just went with your face and just your eyes. It was a pink and sexy show, so I think I did pink a little bit on your
Mhm.
eyes, and
Yes.
I don't know, and it just came out beautiful. And at the end, she was just so happy. She looked amazing on stage hosting, and yeah, it was just so fun.
It really was. I had a great time. And like when I look back at the photos, and you guys will see the photos, and I'm just looking just the way you brought out my eyes. Like that really stood out to me a lot, just how you brought out my eyes. And I didn't, you know how sometimes you can get makeup done, you feel like you look like somebody else. I did not at all. I felt like it was just an extension of me. And I just felt even more beautiful and just radiant. And I just felt ready to host this show. So I think it's just amazing what you do. I see. I mean, just tell us about you and how you came to birth Artist Intuition. I always ask my guests that. How did you come to birth Artist Intuition?
So I started Artist Intuition almost 3 years ago. And before then, I was kind of just, working office jobs. And um, I didn't really, I wasn't really happy. Like I was just doing it just because it was a job. And, couple years ago, well, almost 7 years ago, I was doing cosmetology in high school, and I loved cosmetology, but it was just focused on hair mainly. And so I went in thinking like it was going to be makeup, and but it was mainly hair. So when I graduated that, I kind of just left that on the back burner because I'm like, maybe makeup isn't a job that I can do by itself, because this was, Instagram was still kind of new. So like no one was really posting like makeup jobs and things like that. So I didn't know. So I went off to college to be a teacher, and that wasn't it for me either. So I was kind of just drifting. I was just working an office job, and then like 3 years ago, I'm just like, okay, I've had enough. Like, what is it that I want to do? I know that I want to do something more than just, sit here behind a computer. So I started practicing. After work, I would come home and just play in my makeup, buy makeup, test out makeup. And I just always lit up every time. Like, I just knew that this is what I'm supposed to be doing because I love it so much. And so, yeah, I started off just doing my friends and family. And yeah, I don't know, that's pretty much how it started.
So, hi, and I think that that is very telling because a lot of people are in that space now and they're listening to your story right now and they're going, yeah, that's me right now. I'm kind of in this, doing this, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. But in truth, this is something that I want to do. There's something in my heart that I've been wanting to do, and I've just kind of just putting it to the side. And by sharing your story, you're just letting them know, like, hey, guys, as she's speaking, she's glowing and glowing because she is now working in her purpose, working on her birth gift, and it's just coming out. So if you are afraid, and she said she was afraid, but what was that moment like, Christina? Like, there was a moment when you were like, I can't do this anymore. I have to do and birth artist intuition. Like, what was that defining moment?
I was just I just knew I wasn't happy, every day going and doing the same thing that didn't bring me any joy. I just did it for the check. Um, I I I don't know. I just sorry. I'm sorry.
No,
I'm so sorry.
no,
Okay, so
please.
okay. I just God. I
Girl,
just
please. These things are, but this is what it is.
okay.
This
So
is what it is. Yeah.
I just knew I wanted more, and I just sat at the desk at my job and started planning like, okay, maybe I can do this full time. Maybe I can tap into the bridal industry and do all these things that I want to do. So I was sitting at my desk just like drawing out a bunch of different names, and I didn't want to just go with makeup by Christina or Christina Jackson makeup. I wanted to go with a brand name, like something where I can fade myself out and it become like an actual business for other artists, and place for people to learn. So I came up with artist intuition because everyone's an artist when they're tapping into their creativity, and everyone uses their intuition. So I put together artist intuition, and yeah.
You know something? You're moved, and that moves me, and you're moving a lot of people, and it's just allow it to be. Just just allow it to be. Now you birth this vision, this brand called Artist Intuition. Why the name Artist Intuition? I think I know why because I see it in you, but tell us why you chose that name.
I wanted artist intuition to be powerful. I wanted it to be a place where everyone can kind of, tap into their artistry and their intuition and just be creative and happy. So I wanted, because I know that's what I do when I do makeup on people. I kind of just tap into that intuition, let all that fear and self-doubt behind, and just, work on my craft. So I wanted a place in the future where people can come and just be creative, whether you're a hair artist, nail artist, skin, makeup. I just wanted a place to be for everyone. Like, yeah, I work at Artist Intuition, not like I work at Christina Jackson Makeup Studio. I just wanted it to be powerful where everyone feels like they belong and they're able to unleash their creativity as well.
I keep hearing something over and over again in you. It's I'm going to fade myself into the background. I'm going to pull myself out of the background. I want this to stand forward. I want artist intuition to stand in forward. I want the artists that will come into this academy to stand forward. This concept of fading back and allowing other people to shine. Is this what makes your makeup artistry so unique? Your ability to kind of just take a step back and allow the person to come forward?
I think so, yeah. I kind of just put myself aside. Like I don't even give myself credit. I'm just like, well, this is her natural beauty. All I did was just touch up here and there, and it's all her. So I kind of just I always just see myself as a background person. Like I do what I have to do, but like it's really the canvas that I'm working on that pulls through and makes my work look better. Um so yeah, so I definitely see myself in the background, letting other people come forward, and just shine like they want to.
Hmm. There's a little short story that I read to my students sometime, and it's a called book called of I Ams, and
Mhm.
they just use different little like creatures, animals, or plants or celestial objects, and they talk about um, how it can relate to them in one respect. And there's one that you're reminding me of called the stars, and how the stars just like to hang out in the backdrop and just shine and allow other things, other bigger things, bigger objects in the sky to shine. But because they're in the background, they just cause this earthreal just shine, just glow. So even though you're in the background, because you're in the background and your light is allowing others to glow. So it reminds me of that. So artist intuition is just such a becoming name for you.
Right.
Um, it's interesting. I'm going to go back a little bit. You said you went to school for education,
Mm.
but when I go on your social media, you're educating, doing these makeup tutorials. So I'm like, it's there, and you're talking about creating this institute for other creatives. That's
Yeah,
education.
yeah.
Well, tell me about. I love your makeup tutorials. I mean, this is what I'm seeing from you.
So I didn't even put two and two together. I kind of just was like, all right, I'm just gonna put my camera here and show people what I'm doing, you know, on my day to day like makeup routines. And then like when people would message me, oh my God, like thank you. Like now I know how to put on lashes, or now I know that like I should try this lip color. I didn't really do it like, oh yeah, I'm gonna educate people. I just did it because I'm just like, let me just put it out there. Let me just, see what happens. And so it's just so crazy how it like came full circle that I am actually educating people and I love it.
It's amazing how just that's the way the universe works. You're like, I want to be an educator, but I want to go into makeup artistry. And I want to, and it looks like very different things. And then here you are, you bring it's all converging on one path and you're doing exactly what you wanted to do. And then in your future, you are speaking into to manifestation this institute. And your logo, by the way, is perfect for
Thank-
that. I can see this big building, this, like art, just modern building, just art deco, just artist intuition, people coming in and out, makeup, hair, just such a creative space, cool artwork. Like I can totally see that because you just want to create this space for creatives, which
yeah,
is there's not that many places like that for creatives,
right.
or to allow people to be creative.
Yeah.
So now, how can we be creative at home, us ladies who want to play with makeup but are afraid to play with makeup because we don't think we're artistic or creative enough. We doubt ourselves. So, how can I, as a woman who might be afraid of color or afraid of playing with makeup, how can you help me to become and tap into my intuition and my inner creative? How do I do that?
Okay, so when I started, everything was just so overwhelming for me. It was like, oh, you got to use like seven products on your face and like all these different colors on your eyes. So it was very it was a lot. And so what I would recommend for you is to kind of just pick a section of your face, like whether it's eyes, whether you want to work on eyebrows, lips, just pick a part of your face and just work on that first and kind of perfect that and get comfortable with that first. And then, as the months go on, you'll have your whole face done and you'll be, comfortable in every area. I know that worked for me. Like in the beginning, I started with just mascara. Then I'm like, hey, like let me even out my skin tone. Then I added foundation. Then I was like, all right, I want to play up my eyes. Then I really honed in on the eyes, So I think that when you're first starting, just start one step at a time, just so you don't get overwhelmed, and just so that every step you take, you're kind of perfecting almost that last part of your face that you did. And with color, I would start with your favorite color. For me, I started with pink. That's my favorite color. And, I started, oh, let me see how it looks in the corner of my eyes, not too much. Then it was, oh, let me see how it looks on my whole eye. It really brought out my brown eyes, and I loved that. And then I was like, okay, let me find a pink shimmer that I can do, or pink glitter. So I just kind of kept going step by step, just playing and trying new things with that color. And then I just branched out into other colors. So I would definitely recommend just starting with your first color, because you'll be more comfortable with it, and you'll like the results better.
I like that. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. How do you start with makeup? Start with one color.
Yep.
And you know what? Because, sometimes I'll see these makeup tutorials and they've got the concealer and the lines and all of these. And I'm just like, okay, it looks beautiful at the end, but I'm like, I have no idea where to even start that. So you're like, look, just start with your foundation.
Yeah.
Pick one color for your eyes and then just work it slowly until you become more comfortable. It feels so much more manageable and not so scary. And like you said, now I'm not walking into, Sephora or whatever makeup store that you want and just trying to pick up all these palettes and foundation and bronzer and concealer, and you don't even know where to start. So just to start with just, hey, let's pick a foundation.
Yeah.
I have two questions. How do you know what kind of color foundation to pick? Because your face has different colors. Like I'm looking at my face right now. I'm like, this is light, dark, light, dark. Like, how do you find what color works for you?
Okay, so I always go with undertones. So for me, I'm more of like a yellow undertone. So I try and find the undertone first. And then I would look at that range with those undertones. And so when you want to kind of bring out your different colors, you would, do a dark shade for where you're a little dark, where the shadows are. You would do a light shade for your highlight areas, which is normally under your eyes and around your nose. And then you would have like your actual skin color, like the one that matches like perfectly. But that's a lot. That's 3 different foundations that you get. So I would just focus on your actual skin tone and your undertone. So the one that matches perfectly with that undertone, then you can put that over your face. And then when you get more advanced, you can then bring out the highlights. So that's what the concealer is. It brings back those highlights. So it's like 2 shades lighter than your foundation. Then you could bring those shadows back, which is 2 shades darker than your foundation. So
see, it's like a formula. I'm a math teacher. I'm like, that works. That works.
yeah.
Now that we're wearing, right now we're wearing a lot of masks, right? Because of the time that we're in. So a lot of people are not really wearing makeup, and I think a lot of people feel hidden because of it. But I'm trying to just play up my eyes. And I think a lot of people are just like, well, something shows and I'm going to do something, my eyes can be seen. I'm going to start playing up my eyes.
Yeah.
So what are some great colors for people to start with if they're not comfortable with eye makeup yet? If I have brown eyes, what's a great color to start with? If I have blue eyes, green eyes, what are some great colors to start with?
So for brown eyes, you kind of can play with any color. It's very versatile. It'll look good with any color. So purple brings out the brown really, really nicely. Green definitely does. Pink. You can just have fun and play with your favorite color, and I'm sure that it would look good with the brown eyes. For green eyes, purple as well brings that out. I would stay with like the warmer orangey shades. I wouldn't do black. I feel like that would be a little too dark. So maybe white in the waterline, maybe brown instead of a black liner. You could do a brown. The same with blue eyes as well. Like keep it in the warmer tones. Those are going to bring out your eyes. Yeah.
I like that. See, again, it just feels manageable to be able to do these things. So you got brown eyes, you start with a certain color, and you just play with it and you just work your way up. Now, what if you want to be a little adventurous? Like I'm being a little adventurous with these earrings, and I want to wear. Now, I was telling you this before. I want to wear yellow. Like I want to, start wearing more like tribal stuff. But I want to know how to start it because eventually I want to do like the tribal dots.
Right.
And I don't care if I'm going to the supermarket and with my little tribal dots. I don't care. But how do I start playing with these, like with these awesome colors?
Yeah, so you would pick your color. So if you're like, okay, today I want to do a purple. So you kind of just play with it before you're ready to walk out of the house with it. So you can kind of just play on your hands, see how it looks on your skin tone, kind of just put it around your eyes, see how, if it really brings out your eyes and you like that. And then when you're ready, you can start, just small, just in the corners of your eyes, like in the crease, just so when your eyes are open and you're looking like this, you can kind of see the color. So it's not too in your face yet. And then when you get comfortable, you can do the whole eye. So maybe you're like, all right, let me just outline my eye with it. Or maybe let me just do a purple liner, or let me do a purple lip. So
Right.
I would start, with that again, one step at a time, just see what you're trying to do. If you just want natural eyes but you want a purple lip, then just start with that. And then you can get comfortable and then be like, okay, I'm gonna do this liner and I'm gonna do the dots on my face and do a natural lip, and then you'll
So
and you'll love it.
I like that. I love it. See, that's why I'm telling you guys, her tutorials on YouTube and on Instagram are just amazing. I love how you break everything down into bite-sized pieces so everybody can see, okay, this is what you're doing step by step by step by step. So, Christina, if I want to hire you, not if, when I want to hire you, okay, when we want to hire you, where do we find you?
Okay, so you can find me on Instagram and Facebook at Artist Intuition. You can DM me, private message me, or you can text me. That works as well. So my number is 347-546-5556.
Don't worry, I have a graphic. It'll be up there so you guys can see. Don't worry, you got all her info. By the way, she has this amazing photo that you guys are going to see. And it's just like unabashedly you. I love this photo of you. It's just, here I am. And that attitude that she has in this photo is the same attitude she's going to bring out in you, but it'll just be custom for you. And that's what I like about you. It's just like your artistry is about customizing for that person.
Yeah.
So, before we end our time together, I love asking my guests the same question. If you could go back to the Christina that once was, the Christina right before she birthed artist intuition, what advice would you give her?
Mm. I would tell her to keep following her dreams. I feel like once I graduated high school and I didn't pursue makeup like I should have. I should have did more research and saw that, that you can make this a job, so that I wouldn't be floating, around just unhappy. And I would tell her to, trust the process, and just be patient. But yeah, definitely keep going. Um, yeah,
I like that. Trust yourself,
yeah,
right? Trust yourself and just keep going. And that goes for all of us, out there. Trust yourself, trust your instinct, and just keep going. Christine, I really want to thank you so much for spending time with us today and for sharing your story and sharing your advice. And I
sure.
know I was moved. I know a lot of people are moved. So
Thank
thank you.
you so much.
Honors. Fam, thank you so much for joining myself and thank you for joining Christina. And I think that our takeaway from all of this is one, follow your instincts. It can never steer you wrong. Just like Christina, she just stopped and just said, I got to do this. Get that dream that's been sitting in your heart, get it out and put it out there into the world because I promise you, once you do it, you'll be so happy that you did. And you see that in Christina's journey. The other takeaway is take risks, have fun, play with makeup. A lot of times we confine ourselves into what we think we are and what we think we cannot be. We don't think we're creative, but we might be. We don't think we're artistic, but we might be. We don't think we're adventurous, but we might be. But we don't know until we try. So be like a kid and have fun and play with different things, play with different colors, play with different makeup, play with different foods. And you'll just be so amazed to find out exactly who you are. So, fam, with that being said, be bigger, be fitter, be stronger, be good to you, and just have fun.